My name is Brother Bruno, and I'm a monk of Newark Abbey. I was born and raised in New England. I went to high school outside of Hartford, Connecticut, and after high school I went to Franciscan University of Steubenville, in Steubenville, Ohio, for my undergraduate degree. And when I was a sophomore in college, I was assigned to read the Rule of Saint Benedict for a class in patristic literature. And I think I read the whole rule in a single sitting. I grew more and more interested in monasticism, monastic life, and had an intuition that if I really wanted to learn what monastic life was like, I needed to find a community to experience how that community lived monasticism in a concrete way. So I just started searching on the internet for monastic communities near me and found this monastery in Newark that didn't do retreats. They had a volunteer program where young men could come live at the monastery, eat with the monks, pray with the monks, and work in St. Benedict's prep. At the time I thought it was one of those college summer internships that you do and it's fine and then you never think about it again. I studied abroad, came back from Europe, came and visited the monastery. The next year, during the Triduum, came back, spent Good Friday at the monastery. Next year, spring break, came back and visited the monastery. So there was something that kept pulling me back to this place. So I had reached out to the monks and said, well, I'd love to come back as a volunteer for a full year. So when I graduated college in 2019, I was applying for jobs, but decided that what I really needed more than a job or an income or money was community, was stability, was support, was a place where I could grow into a mature Christian man in a life of prayer. So I came here in 2019 for full-time, taught history at St. Benedict's Prep for a year, and at the end of the school year, in June of 2020, I entered the monastery. Did postulancy, I did a year of novitiate, I made vows as a monk, and then it was really only a year after I made vows that verified for me that this was truly my vocation, that this is where the Lord had called me. One of the biggest things I think I've learned in the past 5.5 years, when Benedict talks about the monastery being a school for the Lord's service, what he's talking about is the monastery is a school where we learn how to serve as the Lord has served us. Part of that is obedience, and obedience to superiors, to what the abbot tells you to do, what the prior tells you to do, obedience to the brothers, mutual obedience. That idea of vocation, right, of this calling from God, and that idea of obedience, of listening to others, it actually goes hand in hand. And it's, at least my experience, is through obedience is the way that I've discovered my vocation.